What's good, guys? So today we're gonna go over 6 mistakes that a lot of people make when throwing those hooks. So guys, we're gonna jump right into it. Welcome to the RV Effect. Like that? Yeah? Good. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Reggie B. So guys, today I'm going to show you how to throw the hook the correct way. So a lot of people, when throwing the hook, they don't know how to position their hands, they don't know how to turn into their punch, and sometimes they just all off with just the angles that they're trying to throw the hook from. So today I'm going to go over those mistakes and how to fix them. So whether you're fighting an opponent or you're hitting the heavy bag, you won't hurt your wrist or you won't get hit from throwing it the wrong way. So guys, we're gonna jump right into this video. You guys ready? Let's get it. Mistake number 1, the way to position your wrist. So when throwing a hook, the best way to get full contact on the person's jaw or the temple, you wanna have your palms facing you. Why? It's because all 4 knuckles is gonna be the contact. Don't get me wrong, you can throw like this. So you see some people throw like here, and Lomachenko, he'll throw sometimes like this. He's throwing it that way for a reason. He's not just throwing it just to throw it and it looks weird. No, because if I'm throwing from afar, a lot of times you don't want to because it keeps you open, but Lomachenko's a different breed. That dude is quick, his defense is amazing, his movement, his offense is great, so he can afford to make little mistakes and make you pay for the little mistakes that he makes. So while he throws, he's throwing this, he's having the wrist turn. Why? Because now it's gonna have the pointer and the middle finger that's gonna contact. You don't really want the pinky and the ring to attack. Why? Because it's gonna hurt your knuckles. So for the most part, for beginners, you want to let the contact be all 4 knuckles when you attack the person. So when you're throwing the hook, you wanna go here, and then when I'm turning, just like this. You don't wanna throw it this way because sometimes it can make your wrist. So if I'm throwing, I can do this. So you wanna, see here? See how has that? Bang. That's how you wanna throw that hook. Mistake number 2, dropping your hands when throwing a hook. You do not ever wanna drop your hands when throwing any punch, but a lot of guys, when they throw their hook, their hands drop. So if I'm here and I'm fighting, a lot of times when they're throwing, they do this. You see how my hand just dropped? That's number 1, that's too much of an opening for you to hit me here, and that's another opening for you to hit me on the other side. You always want to keep your defense nice and tight, whether I throw my jab, when I'm throwing my cross, if I'm throwing my hook, I'm throwing my uppercut. Everything has to be tight because the person is going to try to counter. And if they don't counter, you want to always anticipate if they're going to so you don't get hit in the process of throwing. So when you're throwing your hook, it should always be here. You see how my hands, it's always at my chin. I'm never dropping my hands when throwing that hook. Mistake number 3, throwing your hook from too far. And like I was talking about in mistake number 1, on how you have your wrist and the reason why some people throw that hook in different positions of the wrist. A mistake that a lot of people make, they throw from far too much. You want to constantly stay close. So if I'm here, if I'm punching a person, then my hook should be close to me because it keeps the person from having too much of an opening to hit me. But if I'm constantly throwing that hook from far, I have to reach. It's like reaching when you see how much I'm going forward when I'm throwing my cross, or if I'm reaching with my jab, that's too much opening. So the same thing with the hook. You're throwing from here, look how wide I am. You're reaching. That gives me too much of an opening for any spot for the person to knock me out if they're hard enough. So when you're throwing, you always want to stay, again, nice and tight. Not saying that you can't throw from far. It can happen sometimes. Don't let it be a habit. You want to stay nice and tight every time you throw a punch. So it will look like this when throwing a hook. Never too much opening. Mistake number 4, overturning your hook. When you're throwing a hook, you don't want to overturn, which means my torso is turning too much this way, or I'm turning too much this way. You don't want to telegraph your shots, because remember, if the person is advanced, they're paying attention to every movement that you're doing. So you always want to keep it nice and tight, nice and fast. Bam, boom. You see how I did that? Rather than doing this, bam. This ain't a video game that you're gonna be like, uh-oh, he's doing the super punch, and I throw. That's gonna get you knocked out. Not only that, you overturning your shot, if the person works in angles, they'll be behind you before you even get to throw that shot. So if I'm here, and I'm doing this, you see, if the person wanted to, they could have came on this side, because look at my footing. Not only that, if they came on this side and pushed me, I can get off balance. Look how my feet is. If I'm here and then I turn, I'm turning this way. I'm overdoing. Look how I'm off balance now if I'm here. If the person actually pushes or move their body on me, I can fall. So you want to kind of have a nice looseness to it, but you want to literally step on that punch. Stepping on that punch or sitting on that punch would look like this. If I'm throwing a punch here, you see how I get on? Because now I'm sitting to dig in. That's how you want to throw your hooks. You never want to overly turn and telegraph that next shot, because that next shot can be the shot that gets you knocked out. Mistake number 5. On the distance of the person, your hooks can change. So it can be 120, so which means I'm throwing wide. It can happen sometimes, but this is for the typical way of throwing a hook. You always want to keep that 90 degree. You don't want to overly do it, so you never want to completely overextend. So you have some people that do this. Let's say if the person moves this way and I do this way, that can literally get your elbows popped out. So you see how if I'm pushing down and the person's moving this way, my elbow can pop out and I can literally be messed up. So you always want to keep nice and tight and turn into that punches, 90 degrees, boom. So which will look like, bam. Not like this, because you don't want to slap those punches. You want to keep them nice and stiff and punch right through. Mistake number 6, slapping your hooks. So when throwing a hook or throwing any punch, you're going for the kill. You're going to attack and knock the person out while really trying to damage. So if you're slapping your punches, which will look like this, if I'm going across, you see how I'm just slapping? You don't want to slap your punches. When you're throwing those hooks, especially the hooks, because that's your power shot, you want to punch through. So if I'm here, I'm turning, I'm digging in. I'm not stopping here. Because if the person's head's here, you want to punch through that, which will make them get that whiplash. You don't want to hit them here and then take it back. You're taking the pressure off of the shot that you're actually trying to knock them out with. So when you're throwing your hooks or any shot, don't slap them, punch through. Alright guys, there you have it. So the next time you go to a boxing gym, incorporate these 6 tips and I can guarantee you'll be throwing that hook like a pro in no time. Also guys, let me know in the comment section below any more tips that you want me to explain so you guys can get better at what you're doing. Guys, keep in mind, remember, don't forget to hit that notification button so you know my next video comes out. It's your boy Reggie B. Like my video, subscribe to my video so your boy can be back. And if you do that, I'll be really proud of you.